Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Ultraman Poorly Explained. I'm going to poorly explain it to you.
Yeah,
I,
I mean, I I wanted to experience Ultraman in some way, shape, or form, and I guess this is the way this is gonna happen.
well, yeah, because
Because otherwise, it would eat into our anime time, and
yeah, we only get about 6.5 hours worth of time to do stuff, and Shenmue exists at
yeah,
the moment.
and my guilt continues to propel me, or continues to compel me, I guess, to let's do Shenmue. I want to get Shenmue done. I don't know what we're gonna do after it, but I want Shenmue done anyway.
I've got a few plans, but yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So, Ultraman. This is the first Ultraman from '66, and I think a little into '67. Uh, So, funny story about this actually. Ultra Q, the final episode, got delayed for this show because they wanted Ultra Q to end on a kaiju fight, and the final episode of Ultra Q had a space train. And so they're like, hey, just don't air that one, air Ultraman instead. And then Ultra Q got aired later.
Okay.
But that's just a little funny story, I think. Because in both my little booklets, they bring that story up, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess I should say something about it.
Okay.
But anyway, so Ultraman follows the Science Special Search Party, the SSSP, and it's comprised of Hayata, the Ultraman, Captain. He's got a name. I don't remember his fucking name, but everybody just calls him Captain. He's the captain.
Cool.
Arashi, the marksman, Ide, the inventor, Fuji, the lady, and Hoshino, the resident child.
Oh god. Okay.
Alright, so an alien crash lands into Hayata's VTOL, and instead of exchanging insurance information, he gives him a dildo and his life. Hayata can turn into Ultraman now. He named him after the fight by raising his dildo.
All right.
And like before, if you got questions, just stop me.
All right.
Ultraman fights another alien who wants to make Earth its home alongside his 2 billion brethren.
Oh jeez.
Don't worry, they shrunk down. They're microscopic. They're like bacteria.
Okay.
But apparently that's just not good enough for them, I guess. I don't know. They want the whole planet.
Cool.
Ultraman just sends them to space. I don't know if he kills them all, but if he does, that's horrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
Well, this is also the first episode where the monster is human-sized, and then he grows and he's big size. So he's got 3 different sizes.
Fun.
An electrical eating monster appears, and Ultraman just blows it up. I don't remember the plot of that episode.
Wasn't that a thing in, like, Power Hour?
It probably was.
Like, well, Power Hour would have happened after that, and there's no fucking way Hanna-Barbera knew about Ultraman. That seems painfully unlikely.
You sure? I mean, it would have been around for 10 years. And Ultraman was airing in the U.S.
Really?
They specifically made Ultraman to air in the U.S. as well.
Huh.
And that's why it's in color and whatnot. And that's why Ultraman is a person as opposed to being a monster. Because they're like, Americans are really dumb. They'll think the monster's the bad guy. And you can't make the good guy that look like a bad guy. Like,
God, I love that Japan thinks we're a bunch of morons.
I mean, have you seen us? Have you seen me specifically?
I mean, it's just silly. It's like when we got easy mode for Mega Man 2.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
Because we suck.
So, a monster named Raygon, he appeared in Ultra Q. He was a fish monster thing.
Uh-huh.
It attempts to return a nuke, and Ultraman just beats it up.
You dropped this.
A plant with a revenge statement tracks down members of a research team and kills them.
Oh. Okay.
It just shows up, shoots them with some ooze, and they die. It's great.
Alright.
Let's see. A chocolate-hungry lizard fights Diamond Kick the smuggler at the harbor because they hid diamonds and cocoa beans.
I was wondering what context that would be in. Alright, fights a literal diamond smuggler. That's pretty dumb.
Noah's Ark is real and Noah's an Ultraman.
Oh god.
A near ghost town is threatened by a magnet beetle monster and is defeated by one of Noah's balls.
What do you mean by that?
Noah had some balls and
alright.
he gave it to the people. He's like, use this later.
Okay, so that was his weapon of choice, I guess. Like, he got the balls, and what's his face got the dildo. And you combine them together, and we have the ultimate penis of the ultimate genitalia of something or other. It's fucking stupid.
The gang goes to Monster Fight Island to save a research team, and I think they only save one member.
Wow.
Well, that's because everybody fucking died on Monster Fight Island. There were a bunch of monsters there.
Interesting.
A monster just wants to eat uranium, but he's too close to a Boy Scout camp, and he has to be lured away.
Alright.
They put the uranium on a helicopter, and they're like, "Yo, Hayata, go fly that around like an idiot. We're gonna blow him up."
Okay. With the uranium?
No, with missiles or something. I don't know.
That's alright. Whatever.
They wanted to make sure the camp wasn't in like the blast radius. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's just so many problems with that. But whatever.
It's fine.
Clearly.
Look, a scientist raises a bootleg Godzilla in a lake, and when it goes berserk, both of them die. And I mean this as a literal bootleg Godzilla. Like, it's just a Godzilla suit, but they put frills on it.
Sick.
Like, around the neck. Ultraman doesn't like that. He tears it off and he uses it like a Matador's cape. It's really fucked up. They were not shy about ruining the suits.
It seems like everything went to Ultraman to get destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah. A shape-shifting rock appears, and he's used to play practical jokes, and eventually becomes a kaiju.
The ultimate practical joke.
Yeah, he's like, "Yo, turn into a monster and hide behind this door in this hotel, and when they open the door, you'll spook them." It's great. That's probably my favorite episode. Because it's just a man who's like, "Hey, Rock, can you hear me? Float out to my car. Bring me a beer.
Oh my god.
Turn into a race car. I don't know." A telekinetic mummy is revived by shocking its junk. Before it dies, it summons a dragon. Science Man is sad when they're both dead.
Oh my god.
A starfish bat hungry for oil attacks a refinery. A member of the gang lights everything on fire by accident and feels bad. Ultraman acquires a squirt gun ability. No explanation. Just crosses his hands, water comes out. It's just stupid.
That's not even how you put out an oil fire, but whatever.
Maybe it was fire extinguisher juice. I don't know. It looked like water.
It probably was water, but Lord only knows. Ultraman juice.
There's a pearl-eating monster on the loose, and one member takes offense to that personally. It's the lady. Pearls are a lady's best friend. Anyway, they launch a rocket up its butt, and Ultraman blows it up.
Is that the screenshot you sent?
No.
Damn it!
No, it's not. This happens twice.
Oh my god. Did they specifically aim for the butthole again?
No. They launch it into the base of its tail.
Okay. Alright.
But it might as well be the butthole.
Oh my god. Alright.
Cosmic rays cause a monster drawn by children to become real. Oh. Ultraman kidnaps the monster.
What does that even mean?
Well, the kids are upset that Ultraman's gonna kill the monster, so he's just like, "I'm taking you to space, where you belong."
Oh my god.
And then he becomes a constellation. And they're like, "Hey, if you look up on July 14th, you'll see him. What if there's clouds? Shut up."
That's fucked up.
The aliens from 14 episodes return, and they launch a two-pronged attack on Earth. Ultraman gains new abilities like the Destructo Disc, eye lasers, and instant transmission. These are the ones with the 2 million brethrens, I think.
Oh, okay.
I guess Ultraman didn't kill all of them, or he didn't kill them good enough.
That's fine.
2 meteors fuse and become a wad capable of controlling the fourth dimension. The resident child joins the group.
Wait, what?
The resident child becomes a full-fledged SSSP member.
That's stupid.
It is, because he's like 14 or some shit. It's because he did something, like, he's like, look, a monster, and they're like, your reward is you get to join us.
So when they say it can control the fourth dimension...
It makes everything wibbly-wobbly.
Oh, okay.
And the fourth dimension.
I thought it was gonna... I guess it's the fourth dimension of space, which might or might not exist, and not time.
I mean, it does a lot of things. It does a lot of bullshit. Like, it's just like, now you're on a cliff. Now you're upside down. Now you're in the bathroom. Cool. I don't know. I mean, whatever the fourth dimension is these days. So our older and much more handsome brother from space attempts to use various techniques, including mind control and a fake Ultraman to control Earth.
Okay.
He shows up, there's like fog, and he's like, I'll get rid of the fog if you guys trust me. and he gets rid of the fog, and they're like, we trust you now.
Crazy.
And it's just like, yeah, if you say so. Ancient red and blue kaiju go to the Olympics and wrestle.
Okay. Do they interrupt the Olympics, or does like the Olympic Committee just go like, let it rock?
No, they go to the stadium and they just wrestle there.
Crazy.
Also, Ultraman gets shot with the Brazzers gun.
Okay. What did that accomplish?
Nothing.
Awesome. Love it.
The ghost of a child who died in a hit and run becomes a kaiju and targets cars on the highway where he died.
Like a Ghost Stories episode.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. But no. He's the protector of the highway, I guess? I don't know. I sent a screenshot of it and it's just like,
it must be the vengeful ghost of a child.
Of children who die on this highway. Whatever. I'm pulling shit out of my ass now.
Yeah, pretty much.
A fog monster appears and eventually gets shot in the ass with a mad bazooka and dies.
Is this the one that got inflated?
No.
Damn it!
No, this one had armor or something, so Ultraman had to hold him up, and his weak point was his ass.
Oh my fucking god.
Ultraman gets kidnapped by the mole people pretending to be French.
Pretending to be what?
French. Okay, so in this universe, the French are like the head honchos of the SSSP.
Okay.
I guess, but no, they're like, hey, Ultraman, or Hayato, we're gonna take you to France for something or other. You're gonna be like doing training and whatnot for people. By the way, we're mole men.
Oh my god.
We've taken you under whatever. A spaceman returns from an alien planet after turning into a kaiju. The gang has reservations about fighting him, despite him doing murders. He gets squirted to death.
Great.
Ultraman's hand squirty ability comes back.
Oh.
See, he went to a fire planet where water didn't exist, so water became his weakness, and fire made him stronger.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
A drillfish causes problems for an underwater research facility.
Oh, wow, yeah. That would be a bad time.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really tense and whatnot, and like one of the members is like, "Oh no, I fucked everything up. I blew up the main pipe to the facility. Probably shouldn't have done that." And then they're like, "Nah, fish." A planet-busting comet drops off a bootleg Gigan who fights a Yeti and a monster who swallowed 6 hydrogen bombs. The Earth Kaiju defeat Gigan and are subsequently beaten by the gang and Ultraman. Ultraman now has fucking telekinetic lasers. He shoots lasers, he forces the thing to fly, and then he cuts out the bombs. And he takes the bombs to space.
Okay. Alright. Sure. Whatever.
An ancient kaiju is discovered and brought back to Japan.
Oh, God.
Ultraman loses his Ultra Dildo and the monster escapes. To be continued in part 2.
Oh, God.
Anyway, the fight continues, and the kaiju loses his tail. The Ultra Dildo is returned, and the monster is killed and stuffed.
Okay.
You see, they wanted to bring the kaiju back for the, science fair that they were having.
Oh, God. Okay.
So yeah. The Dadas attempt to acquire 6 human specimens and shrink down 4 scientists. The 4 scientists, it's never resolved. They're just stuck in test tubes now.
Oh, God.
They had 222 Dada hours to get the other 2 specimens, and they didn't do that. A golden mountain monster attacks a gold mine, and the crew uses the drill vehicle to flush it out. Surprise! There was a second gold monster. 150 tons of gold were recovered.
That's... Well, gold weighs, like... A backpack of gold weighs, like... at least a ton. So that's not...
Yeah,
that's still a lot of gold.
Yeah, that's 1,500 backpacks. I mean,
that's
150 backpacks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's still a lot because there's only like an Olympic-sized swimming pool full of gold on the entire planet.
A snow monster appears at a ski resort, and the gang is called in to defeat it in the name of capitalism.
Oh, God.
A lady living in the mountains doesn't like that. She falls down a lot. The monster disappears, and maybe the lady didn't exist at all.
Fucking mystical space. Old people.
A man comes back from a 20-year business trip, and surprised he was a vampire plant bent on replacing humans with botanical humans.
Hold on. A vampire...
Plant.
You didn't mention that part.
I said plant. I might not have said it very loudly, but I did say a vampire plant bent on replacing humans.
Okay, alright, that cleared up the only confusion that I had.
Okay. A super hot monster causes forest fires, and it puts a damper on a visiting SSSP member's vacation.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was a bad time for her.
I bet.
An alien tries to take over the planet with diplomacy by making an irrelevant child say the phrase, "I will give you Earth." Also, the alien levitates a boat.
Okay.
The boat explodes.
Sick.
The sky drops a monster, and the gang wants to return it. After several failures, they inflate it with hydrogen. This is the one who gets shot.
Alright, yeah, aim for the butthole. Turns it into a fucking balloon. Oh, God. That was something. The context of that makes it even dumber, though. It's like, go back to the sky from whence you came.
Look, we don't want you down here. They attempt to pick it up with their VTOLs.
Uh-huh.
And it's really heavy, so that doesn't work. Ultraman can't throw it back into space.
That's weird.
They get a giant propeller, and they try to put that on its back.
Oh my God.
And that doesn't work, because, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
They attempt to shoot a rocket up its butt, like the pearl-eating monster. And that doesn't work either.
What would that have accomplished?
Well, it would have gone flying.
Oh, alright, sure.
Sorry, when I'm saying this, I'm forgetting that nobody else has seen this.
Yeah.
So I just remember they shove the rocket up the butt, and and the pearl monster goes in the air, and Ultraman just blows it up.
Okay.
After a monster funeral, a space boner arrives and immediately wants to leave. They attempt to tie it to a rocket and fail. It learns Ultraman also wants it to leave, so they dress the rocket up as Ultraman.
Okay.
A monster who has mastered the solar flare appears, and Arashi goes rogue to fight it. He was told not to shoot it because it gets more violent. And he's just like, nah, I'm gonna shoot it.
Damn.
A necromancer monster attempts to revive defeated monsters and eat struggles with an inferiority complex. Ultraman can now use light screen.
Great.
The gang has less than 24 hours to repair a fuse on a space station before it blows up.
Okay, alright.
Japan is threatened by more aliens and Ultraman dies.
Damn.
However, an Ultra friend shows up with some 1-ups and it doesn't matter. The Ultra Parasite is separated from Hayata and he forgets everything that happened.
Damn. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. That didn't take nearly as long as I thought it was going to.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't have a lot of questions, because, like, it wasn't quite as insane as Ultra Q.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. And I think I boiled down the plots a lot better. Or a lot more.
Yeah.
There were several questions that I had while watching it, but I'm like, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I mean... I just find it odd that Japan was, like, so enamored with monsters. I mean, granted, this would have been post-Godzilla, so, like, I get it.
Yeah, this was during the kaiju boom.
But... It's really sad, because whenever I think of Ultraman, I also think of Jet Jaguar.
Yeah.
Because Jet Jaguar is very much, like, severe bootleg.
Well, yeah, he was designed by a child who was really into Ultraman or something like that.
Yeah, and
they had to, like, tone that down a little bit, because I think he had, like, angel wings or something. Like, he had some ridiculous things going on, and they're just like, look, we're taking that off. It's just Ultraman now. Shut up.
well, I mean, I think they included it with, like, the weird head antenna things that come out.
Yeah. Yeah, those.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I guess the main thing about, like, the main reason why I wanted to watch Ultraman was to see its connection to Pokemon, because the concept of capturing creatures in capsules was created via, I believe you're watching it now, Ultra 7.
Yeah.
Because Ultraman can't fight, so he has to use the monster.
Oh, he can fight sometimes. Most times. It's just, he's very... Ultra 7 is the dumbest one I've seen so far.
Okay.
Like, he seems competent, but he's also the most incompetent.
Sick.
He's had his sunglasses stolen twice. His sunglasses is how he transforms.
Wow. Okay.
But no, like, he's only used his Pokemon twice so far, and both times it's been kind of sad.
Which one is he used?
He used a giant robot chicken.
Oh my god.
And a thing that... It's kind of just like a wad. It's like a troll wad.
Sick.
And it died. Because Ultraman, or Ultra 7, just like Ash Ketchum, doesn't know type matchups.
Awesome. Fucking great. Can't wait for him to use his Pikachu to beat an Onix.
I mean, it might happen. I'm only 10 episodes in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or 12, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe 11, I don't know. I'm on disc 2 of 6. Of the 50 episode extravaganza that is Ultra 7. But that'll be sometime else.
I just have to wonder, like, if the only reason Ultra 7 inspired Pokemon had to do with the creator's, like, obsession with, like, catching bugs, and the idea of it wasn't the quality of the show, it was the gimmick and its relation to his own adventures with bug collecting and whatnot, and just adventuring outside, and I don't know, like,
I mean, it could be.
I guess I think about, like where Pokemon came from because it didn't come entirely out of nowhere because Shin Megami Tensei existed before that, and Megami Tensei was a book series before that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh.
Shin Megami Tensei.
I mean, I know it's old. I just didn't know it was books.
Yeah, it comes from the Megami Tensei books.
Oh.
That's where the video games came from.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
It's not. I don't know. I don't even know if Megami Tensei has like the demon like battles. I don't know if that's even a thing.
Huh.
I don't know anything about Megami Tensei. I know that Megami Tensei kind of embodies the ideas behind Shin Megami Tensei, but I don't know anything about their plots. But like, like, like from my point of view, Pokemon is like, it's like a childhood dream of like you want to have pets, and then but what if the pets were cool monsters and the cool monsters fought because that's what cool monsters do.
I mean, not all the cool monsters fight. Okay, you know what?
But when it comes to being a Japanese like it feels like a fusion of all of that, like of the kaiju stuff and like being a pet owner and liking animals but the animals can be cool monsters that battle. And I guess I'm just curious, like there's a part of me that's like, it's hard for me to grasp what the fuck Ultraman has to do with Pokemon other than the monsters.
I can tell you now, I'm not seeing too much inspiration from Ultra 7. Like, he doesn't go out and catch monsters, he just has them in his back pocket.
That's dumb. That's really dumb. He has to catch certain monsters, because I know he uses, like, Bemular.
Maybe that's in his back pocket, I don't know. He doesn't use them very often, he just...
Wait, was Bemular not even in Ultraman?
Yeah, he was in it.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he was, in the first episode, Ultraman was transporting him, he escapes, and then Ultraman crash lands on Hayata's VTOL.
Oh.
And he's like, look, dude, you're dying. Let me get inside of you real quick.
Damn.
Don't ask about my insurance. It will not cover this.
And now you have to take care of the problem that I caused.
Yeah, have fun. I don't know if, like... I don't know how this fusion works. Because I get the feeling that, like, Hayata's not completely in control when he's Ultraman.
Probably isn't. It's probably similar to the Gridman shit.
But, like... Yeah. Yeah, no, he just already has some fighting styles pre-equipped. I gotta tell you, though, the first Ultraman costume... ugliest piece of shit you've ever seen.
Oh, dude, I've seen it. It's horrid.
Like, it's on Manila levels.
Are we talking like the face?
Yeah. The weird melted face.
Wait.
Where his mouth is open.
Wait, who are we talking about?
The first Ultraman suit.
The first Ultraman suit?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Bemular.
Oh, no, Bemular was...
Like, Bemular I know looks like trash. And I kind of love it.
Let me pull up a picture real quick.
Because you're talking about a mouth, and I'm like, I don't remember Ultraman having a mouth.
It's normally closed, and for good reason, because here's what it looks like when it's open.
Yeah, that's Ultraman, alright. It's asymmetrical, and like, yeah, because like one ear is like crooked, and
See, what they did is they put the helmet in a bucket, and then they just hit the bucket with hammers until it molded to the right shape.
And then the eyes are like just slightly off. I think one of them is closer to the middle ridge than the other, and the middle ridge is clearly not centered. It's giving me box art Mega Man vibes. Not as bad, but it's getting there.
Oh, it is an ugly ass suit. Like, there were 3 suits used in the first season.
I'm not gonna lie. That first one's a masterpiece. The second one's like, yeah, you got it, and the third one's like, maybe you shouldn't have. The middle one was good. I don't know why you needed to like make the human lips.
Because.
Not to mention the eyes are like off again. Whereas like in the middle one, he looks like, that's Ultraman. Looks good. Looks great.
And then they're like, what if we made it better? And it's like, what if you didn't?
Yeah.
I think he also gets more buff as it goes on.
Well, that's fun.
Just to make... I don't know what the point was.
Probably the actor underneath it just decided or needed... Like, it's entirely possible that the dude just put on muscle by doing the show as it went on.
Could be.
Because throwing around those heavy fucking suits, I can't imagine not putting on a ton of muscle because he looks scrawny as shit in that first one.
No, I think they just tried to bulk him up so he looked more heroic. Because, like, the first one is really gross looking, and I would not trust that man. That man shows up, I go, nope.
I mean, they all look like fish people. Like...
Yeah, but this one looks
like fish people, I mean, like, actually the merman. He looks like a mechanical merman.
He looks like a reject merman. He looks like something that the merman would be like, we don't want you
No, we tried to make robots.
You're inbred or something.
That went wrong. We don't know what we did. Get the fuck out of here. Go clean up other problems or some shit. Be space police that carry around Tyrannosaurs. But... yeah, this is another situation where, like, Ultraman is one of those things where, like, I loved Power Rangers as a kid because I was a stupid child, and I was into the idea of Godzilla as a kid, and then I watched 98, and somehow that didn't ruin me, and... Godzilla was one of those things that I wanted to love, and through watching it, I love Godzilla, and it's not all great, but I kind of love the trash as much as I love the good stuff. Ultraman is one of those things where it's like, I should like this, but here's the problem. I went back and watched Power Rangers, and oh my god, Power Rangers is bad.
Now, is it the Sentai part, or is it the American part? Because I feel like the American part's the problem.
The American part and the terrible acting makes it really hard to watch. And the sad part is that the show that they're stealing from is like no one gives a shit about in Japan. It's not that popular. The one that matters is Kamen Rider. And I don't know what before that, but it's like I love henshin, I love dudes in suits fighting each other. Clearly, I watched all of Godzilla. So I should like Ultraman. Maybe? Like...
I feel like if it wasn't a TV show and it was a series of movies...
I don't know if that could save it. Like... I feel like you could make a good TV show and, because, like, the formula isn't bad as long as your actors are competent. And I mean that both in the stunt actors and the actors. And the problem with Saban's Power Rangers is that the stunt actors are the Japanese ones, so that, like, they don't technically even count, and the American actors are fucking garbage. So, yeah, it kind of hurts things. But...
I don't know. I don't know if I'd call the acting in Ultraman good. Everybody seems to be the same character. Like, everybody just seems to be the best at everything.
Okay.
Like, one guy's like, oh no, I'm a really good marksman. It's like, yeah, but I bet everybody else is just as good.
I mean, that's basically...
Everybody can go out there and fly that VTOL like it's nothing. I mean, I know that you're like special forces and all that, but like, your specialties aren't like you're good at them more than the next guy.
We're just told that they're good at them, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. Like, it...
I mean, and it's...
Except for the inventor guy who's just like, hey, what if you invented a new weapon right here, right now? What if you invented a weapon to make things not be invisible? And he's just like, okay, give me 6 hours. Here's 3 different ray guns. Fuck it up.
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's like... Obviously, the first instance of it is going to be rough.
Don't worry, Ultra 7 hasn't gotten any better. Everybody's still, like, really good at everything.
Yeah.
Except for Ultraman himself, he's still kind of an idiot. Which is probably why they don't have him fight as much.
Ultraman's, like, several series in, though, isn't it?
Like, in the Ultra series?
Yeah.
No. Ultraman is the second series, and Ultra 7 is the third.
Oh. So was Ultra Q technically...
Ultra Q is series 1.
Okay.
Well,
Ultraman is the next one that came out, and then immediately after Ultraman was Ultra 7.
Yes. The third series. Don't worry, there's a reason why it's called Ultra 7, and I'll get into that when we get into it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it's still the dumbest fucking reason.
Cool.
But yeah,
still can't get over that fucking... I didn't even listen to the whole thing. When you sent the fucking intro song, Ultra 7, I just... I listened to it for about a minute, and I'm like... I listened... I got past the initial, like, getting yelled 7 at me. And I'm like, okay, maybe it'll change into something else. And it kind of did a little thing for a bit. And then it went back to screaming 7 at me. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, this song isn't going to change. I'm done. So, anyway, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we should probably wrap this up.
Yeah. I just wanted to add content because this is getting into, like, this is Ultraman. So, like, yeah, I got shit to say. I have a background that would make me interested in Ultraman, but then I get these synopses and I'm sitting here like, I don't know if I could sit here and watch that shit. Like, some of it, yeah, that's fucking hysterical. And I've saved that fucking screenshot of, like, oh no, look, it's the worst possible scenario. And I'm going to use that shit when it's appropriate and no one's expecting it. But,
don't worry, I was going to use that too.
Like, I'm super excited. But, yeah, it's that brand of stupid that, God, I just wish it wasn't 40 fucking episodes.
Well, you know what? Wish granted. All the Showa era things are now 50.
Fuck.
Except for one of them, I hear is 75, and I'm just like, excuse me.
Like, it's almost so bad that it's like, if I felt like I had the time, I should watch this shit on my own, just so I can experience it. But like, I just have a lot less time.
Yeah. Don't worry, you can experience all of this and probably less when Shin Ultraman comes out over here.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to pick that up because it's a retelling of the first season.
Oh.
Except it's the same guy who did Shin Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to get weird, probably.
I mean, I'm down for that. I'm down for Evangelion bullshit in Ultraman, given what you've told me about Ultraman. It feels like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Fucking parasite dildo garbage. Noah's balls. Noah the Ultraman's balls. Anyway.
Alright, well, we'll see you guys later.